Good day, everyone. We are Group 5 and we are presenting our system, which is Point of Sale Billing System. I was assigned to discuss the Chapter 1 or the introduction that contains background of the study, objectives, scope and limitations, and the definition of terms. So the first one is the background of the study. Because of the growing demand for convenient and effective billing systems in small restaurants, a point-of-sale billing system is needed. Manual billing procedures are inefficient and are susceptible to errors, leading to an increase in unhappy customers and potential revenue loss. Using a POS billing software has numerous advantages for small food businesses. This study aims to design a POS billing system for small food enterprises and remove technological challenges typically encountered by making its user interface straightforward, intuitive, and simple to use. So, let's proceed to objectives. Today's consumer environment relies heavily on quick transaction times. So anything that seems excessively slow stand out in a negative way. That's why the main objective of this project is to create a system that will enable the business to complete transactions more quickly, facilitate payment transaction, provide customers with accurate orders, and save employees time. So number one, to make a complex system for managing retail sales easier to understand by designing a two-page process for every order and simple GUI for beginner-friendly experience. Number two, to take a customer's order quickly and easily. The first page contains a summary of the main meals, desserts, takeaways, and beverages. It also calculates the change and displays the total amount of the order. Number three is to summarize the total daily, weekly, and monthly sales and profits. On the second page, you may choose between a summary or statistics of store sales. Number four, to print and download an Excel sheet with the entire inventory of the store data or sales. And lastly, the store's Facebook page will be used to take orders from online customers. A form menu was provided, and if an order is placed online, the specified page of the system will be notified. Next is the scope and limitation. So the purpose system includes the following: log in, log out, add user account by admin. It can view sales. It can take order on site or online. It can add, update, and delete menu items. It can also add, update, and delete user account. And lastly, it can generate sales report daily, weekly, and annually. So the system also has limitation. The system has no inventory. The system cannot be integrated to barcode scanner, cash register, and POS printers. And also, the system does not process payments using credit, debit, or e-wallet. So, the last one is the definition of terms. In definition of terms, we have POS billing system, interface, GUI, or graphics user interface, log in, log out, barcode scanner, POS printer, cash register, ERD, database, MySQLite, and Python.
Under Chapter 2, or the Point of Sale Billing System. Next. We have here the database tables. First, we have the figure 2.1.1, or the database table for menu. On top of that, we have the table menu. Next to that is you have the option if you would like to put row IDs or not. Under that, you have the name, data type, primary key, foreign key, unique, check, not null, call it, generated, and default value. Under the name, for example, you can put item code, item name, item price, food category, and the image directory. Under data type, you can put char or float. Since it is set to not null, then the default value would be blank. Next. Figure 2.1.2 are the data stored inside the menu. First, you have the item code, item name, item price, food category, and the image directory. Under the item code, you can have the option to put letters or numbers. Item name, your desired name. Item price is the value of your item. Food category, you can put snack, meal, or drink. And the image directory is set to the file type as JPEG. Next. Figure 2.1.3 or the database table for sales or order. You have set your table name as sales. Then once again, you can have the option to put row IDs or not. Under name, you have the order code, time, total amount, order option. Data type, you have the char and float. And once again, not null, so the default value would be blank. Next. Figure 2.1.4 or the stored data inside sales database. Under order code, you have the order onsite number, the date and the time that you ordered, then the total amount or the price of your order, and you can have order options. It can be on-site or online. Next. Figure 2.1.5 or the stored data inside sales checkout database. You have, again, order code or order on-site number, the date and the time, the order name, and the price as well with the quantity or how plenty did you order. Next. Next, we have figure 2.1.6 or the database table for login and user account. This is for the client side. So the name would be user. Again, the row ID, the name, data type, and so on. Here we have the username, password, account type, and the default value is blank because it is not null. And the output for this under the stored data inside user database would be the username, password, and account type of your desired set as admin. Next. 2.2 or the entity relationship diagram. Figure 2.1, POS billing system ERD. The entity relationship diagram or ERD for the POS billing system is displayed in figure 2.2.1. To show how tables relate to one another, we utilize the crow's foot notation. As you can see from the illustration, the user entity and the sales entity have a one-to-many relationship, indicating that a user can carry out several sales transactions. On the other hand, a one-to-many connection was made particularly from the account type field of the user entities field to the sales checkout entity and the menu entity, indicating that a certain account type is needed before you can interact with the menu and sales checkout. That is all for the entity relationship diagram and the database tables. Next.
And now we will proceed to the presentation of system flowcharts. This part, we will discuss the flow and process of every data and how its decision can affect the preceding events surrounding it. The first system flowchart is the account management flowchart. It is where the admin is able to add, update, and delete the user account from the user.db database. Next one is the menu settings. It is the flowchart for the menu setting where the admin is able to add, update, and remove items from the menu.db database. Next one is the on-site order flowchart. So this flowchart, we can see that it is where admin or staff will select from the menu item as stated by the customers and input the number of items and the payment of the customer. Then it will calculate the price and print or display the receipt. Next one is the online order flowchart. So this flowchart will show the process of online order. It is where customers are able to take orders online by filing of forms. So in this project, the developer used the Google form containing the menu of the restaurant. Then Google Forms will directly send it to the system where the admin or staff will be notified and process the order. The orders will either be picked up by the customer and pay on site or be delivered and pay cash on delivery depending on their request. Next one, we have the record of sales flowchart. So it is where the admin is able to monitor the records of daily sales and is also able to filter the data that is needed for report generation. And the admin can also generate the report and extract it to the Excel file. Lastly, we have the overall flowchart of the system. So this shows where the user will be asked to input login credentials in order to access the program or the system. Once username and password authentication are done, the user will be able to access the feature system. And but not all features can be accessed by normal user account. So the developer created two different accounts. You have the admin account and the staff account. Only the admin account can access all the features, and normal accounts such as staff accounts can only access the on-site and taking the online order. As the developers put restrictions to the other features. And that is all for our system flowchart.
So here's the demonstration of our point of sale billing system. You have to log in first before you can access our system. If you're logged in as staff, you can access the record of sales and account management. So let's try to log out and log into the admin. Log in as admin to fully use the system. So let us first explore the menu settings. So here in this area, you can add, edit, and remove menu items. So I'm going to demonstrate how you can do that. So for you to add item, you just have to click this button, enter item code M15 for example. Item name is carbonara. Price, for example, 19. Let's specify it as a name. Add an image. Let's just use this one. So you can add the item by clicking the add item. So as you can see, it is already added here. So for you to remove an item, you just have to click the remove item button. And as you can see, the item is already removed. So for you to edit, you have to click the item first that you want to edit or you want to update, and change the image first. For example, this one, and then fill out the information needed. For example, M13. For example, this one. Let's name it as sweet and sour. It's classified as a meal and the price is 110. So just click the button done. And as you can see, the item here is already updated or already changed. So from fried chicken, it became sweet and sour. So for taking the order on site, you just choose the item and the quantity of your order, click the add item to view your order in the table here. So let's add item. Yan. Um, Click the remove item button here. If you want to remove an order. So for example, I want to remove salted fries here. You can see that the item is already removed. Um, Type the payment. For example, the customer has 200 pesos. You just type in the payment and click print receipt. So the change is 60 pesos. You just click OK. So to order online, you have to go to the Google Form link, this one, and type the quantity of the food you like to order. For example, I'm going to order one carbonara and one egg curry. Click to submit and go to the system. Our order is one carbonara and one egg curry. So as you can see, your order is already here. So to take the order, just click to take order and click it. So let's go to the record of sales to view record. You can filter what's inside the preview by clicking the search button here. So for example, I just want to see the online or the on-site order rather. So you just have to type in and click. So the preview is already filtered, and you can reset the items in the preview by clicking the reset button here. And you can also generate sales report by extracting this to Excel. So you just have to click the extract to Excel, enter a file name, let's say record, and just click save. So for the account management, the admin can only access this area. So the admin is the one who's responsible for adding and deleting and deleting accounts. So for example, let's add user. Let's name it as admin no, staff one. Enter the password, the account. Let's try to update that account to staff two. Let's change the password. There's a message button saying that that account is updated successfully. So let's delete user account. Let's delete staff one. And so that's for the demonstration of our system. Once you're done, you can now log out and exit the system.
Now I'll go over the summary, conclusion, and recommendation in Chapter 3. The primary objective of this research is to develop point of sale billing system to help small restaurants with everyday issues like manual order and billing procedures, which will speed up transactions and automate daily sales records. Developers only incorporate function in projects that smaller business frequently need. The software developers also realized that not all types of businesses could use it. Thus, some needed extra features like POS device, connectivity, inventory management, and so forth. So, by understanding the requirements, the developer can develop a system that is appropriate for clients' needs. And now for the conclusion, the designers were successful in creating a point-of-sale billing system that is, that is user-friendly. Python and MySQLite are used to accomplish this. After additional testing and evaluation, the developers conclude that the system has the potential to benefit small food businesses in terms of efficiency and accuracy. Customers can be more satisfied if the billing and payment process is made simpler with fewer errors, and knowing how well a business is doing and being able to monitor and analyze sales data can both be very helpful in making decisions. In conclusion, small food businesses that want to improve their workflow and grow their operations may find that investing in a point of sale system is worthwhile. And to wrap things up, here is our recommendation. The system must be used in accordance with the recommendation below. First, the operating system must be Windows 10. Second, the hardware must be at least an Intel i3 or higher or an equivalent. And finally, to implement the system, staff should be familiar with basic computer operation. No additional training is required. Thank you for watching our project presentation. We hope that our demo has provided you with a clear understanding of the features and benefits of the system. Once again, we are the Group 5, and we appreciate your time and attention. Thank you again, and we hope you have a great day.